The story of the 2003 Lincoln cent begins long before the coin itself was ever struck, because understanding this coin requires stepping back more than a century into the evolution of American small-denomination currency. The Lincoln cent series, introduced in 1909, had already become one of the longest-running coin designs in United States history, and by the time 2003 arrived, the coin was not only a circulating piece of currency, but a cultural symbol representing history, patriotism, and familiarity for generations of Americans. When the 2003 cent entered production, the United States Mint was already accustomed to producing billions of Lincoln cents each year, and the coin continued to be one of the most used denominations in the country. The design created by Victor David Brenner continued almost unchanged on the obverse, featuring the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, which had been originally modeled from a plaque Brenner created decades earlier. The 2003 cent carried this same portrait, emphasizing tradition, continuity, and the Mint's long-standing dedication to honoring significant historical figures. The reverse design, known as the wheat ears design, originally ended in 1958 and was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959, which continued through 2008. Therefore, the 2003 cent shows the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., symbolizing unity, national pride, and the lasting legacy of one of America's most influential presidents. The minting process in 2003 used the copper-plated zinc composition introduced in 1982. The outer layer of copper gave the coin its classic reddish appearance, while the zinc core made the coin cheaper to produce. This cost-saving measure had been necessary because the rising price of copper in the early 1980s made the older copper alloy too expensive to continue producing. By 2003, the copper-plated zinc planchet was the standard, and the Mint had fully perfected its production process. The Philadelphia and Denver Mints produced the majority of 2003 cents, with the San Francisco Mint creating the proof strikes for collectors. Philadelphia pieces carried no mint mark, while Denver struck coins with the D mint mark, and San Francisco produced proof coins with the S mint mark. Billions of coins were made between the mints, which meant that the 2003 cent was extremely common in circulation. Nevertheless, collectors often seek out high-grade business strikes and deeply cameo-proof examples that showcase flawless surfaces and sharp details. The appearance of the 2003 cent is typical of the Lincoln Memorial era. The obverse shows Lincoln facing right with the word "Liberty" to the left, and the date 2003 to the right. Along the top arc appears the motto, "In God We Trust." The reverse continues Henry Herring's depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959. This design was notable because it subtly included a tiny representation of the seated statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, visible under magnification. This detail made the coin unique as one of the first circulating American coins to depict the same person on both sides, although the reverse depiction is extremely small. For history enthusiasts, the 2003 cent also represents the final years before a significant transformation in the Lincoln series. Just 6 years later, in 2009, the Mint introduced 4 special bicentennial designs celebrating the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. Then in 2010, the reverse changed again to the Union Shield design, marking a new era. The 2003 cent therefore sits near the end of the long-running Lincoln Memorial era, which lasted half a century from 1959 to 2008. Economically, the Lincoln cent in 2003 remained widely used. Although debates about eliminating the penny had already begun, politicians, economists, and citizens were discussing whether the rising cost of producing the cent outweighed its usefulness. These discussions were partly fueled by the Mint's own cost reports, showing that production of the cent sometimes approached or exceeded its face value. Although the government continued producing the coin, the question added historical context to the 2003 issue as part of an ongoing national debate. In the collector world, people often search for varieties and errors from this year. Some examples include off-center strikes, broad strikes, doubled dies, improperly plated planchets, and die cracks. Although no major nationally recognized variety exists for the 2003 cent, the year still provides opportunities for collectors, especially those who enjoy searching through rolls and change. The historical value of the 2003 Lincoln cent lies not in rarity, but in representation. It is a snapshot of American numismatics in the early 21st century, a period in which the mint was producing modern coins with advanced technology, but still preserving classical themes. It symbolizes the balance between tradition and technological evolution that defines much of modern U.S. coinage. When discussing the broader timeline, the 2003 Lincoln cent connects to the long history of small denomination coins in the United States. Pennies have existed since the late 1700s, evolving through various designs, such as the flowing hair, cent-draped bust, cent, classic, head cent, matron head cent, braided hair cent, flying eagle cent, and Indian head cent. Each of these served as a stepping stone leading up to the Lincoln cent, and each reflects different periods of American culture, economy, and art. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, marked a major shift because it became the first regular issue coin to feature a real historical person, and its release celebrated the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The fact that this design lasted more than a century shows its powerful impact. By 2003, the Lincoln cent had become so familiar that many Americans handled it daily without noticing its design details. Yet for numismatists, the year 2003 sits within an era defined by mass production and modern techniques. The mint had adopted highly advanced machinery, laser-enhanced hubbing, and refined quality control processes, ensuring that most coins struck were sharply detailed and consistent in appearance. Another important context for the 2003 cent comes from the proof sets of that year. Collector demand for proof coins remained strong, and the 2003 S-proof cents are known for their brilliant mirrored fields and frosted devices. This visual contrast, known as cameo and deep cameo, is highly prized by collectors. Proof coins undergo a special polishing and striking process using carefully prepared dies and planchets. This produces a crisp, refined appearance, dramatically different from the regular circulation strikes. The 2003 cent also reflects changing national sentiments and the cultural importance of Lincoln imagery. Lincoln has long represented ideals such as equality, unity, and perseverance. The continued use of his portrait on the cent reaffirmed these values even in modern times. Additionally, the reverse depiction of the Lincoln Memorial reinforced the concept of national remembrance and respect for American heritage. From a historical viewpoint, the 2003 cent exists in a stable period of American coinage where few dramatic design changes were happening.